Good evening and welcome to the Daily News Roundup with Daily Mirror Online. You're with me, Bhakti Surya. Let's take a look at our headlines. Another 1 million Sinopharm vaccines arrive. Police to conduct special operations to net quarantine law violators during the weekend. Nurses trade union action continues for second day. A special program to provide vaccines to people working in the tourism industry. The first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine to be given to people over 30 years of age. Sri Lanka sets a new record of having lost the most number of matches in the history of ODIs. Now diving into those stories in detail. 1 million more Chinese Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccines have been brought into the country this morning to control the spread of COVID-19. The vaccines were flown in by Sri Lankan Airlines from Beijing in China. The consignment was then stored at the Katunayake Airport Import Cargo Division freezer facility and transported by the Sri Lanka Pharmaceuticals Corporation to its central warehousing complex in Colombo. Police will conduct special operations across the country during the weekend to apprehend the persons who host parties and events violating the quarantine rules and regulations. Police spokesman Senior DIG Ajit Rohana stated that cinemas, pubs, clubs, gymnasiums and other public gatherings are also strictly prohibited according to the health guidelines issued by the Director General of Health Services. The 48-hour sick leave campaign launched by nurses in state hospitals is continuing for the second day today. Government Nursing Officers Association Chairman Saman Ratnapriya stated that they have not received any positive response from the health authorities for their demands so far. He said they were ready to call off their trade union action at any time if they were called for an official meeting with health authorities to discuss their grievances. Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga stated that a special program will soon be implemented to provide vaccines against COVID-19 to people working in the tourism industry. He stated that the decision was made with the goal of reviving the country's tourism sector despite the pandemic situation. During the meeting, there was a discussion about prioritizing concessions for those who had previously worked in the tourism industry and restoring their industry. The first dose of Chinese Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine will be given today for the people who are over 30 years of age at the Colombo Municipal Council's vaccination centers. The CMC regional epidemiologist Dr. Dinu Guruke said Sinopharm first jab would be given at the Kirula MOH office, Mihindu Vidyalaya Keselwatta, Roxy Garden and Kichilan Hall in Vakanda. The epidemiologist made it clear that the vaccination drive is only for residents of Colombo 1 to 15. After losing the second ODI against England, Sri Lanka set a new record of having lost the most number of one-day international matches in the history of ODIs. Sri Lanka has so far lost 428 ODIs, while India have lost 427 and Pakistan 414. Since the year 1975, Sri Lanka has played 860 ODI matches so far, winning 390 and losing 428. Sri Lanka lost 62% of ODIs since 2015. Sri Lanka has a win-lose ratio of 0.911, which is higher than Bangladesh and Zimbabwe among the top cricketing nations. For further details on the stories, visit our website www.dailymirror.lk. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bhakti Surya and this is the Daily News Roundup.